Welcome everyone to Gamer Meld. Today, AMD's new APU can beat a 3050, Celestial GPUs will be amazing, Intel's next-gen CPUs are getting huge performance, and GPU prices are set to get a massive drop next month? Okay, it's news time, and first up for today, AMD's new APUs are in. But so far, the main focus has been on the company's new mobile GPUs instead of their iGPU. That is, until now. One reviewer recently compared it to Intel's newest 12th gen mobile parts, and as you can see, overall, both the R5 and R7 parts beat Intel's i7 12700H. Not only that, but AMD's 6800H beat out Nvidia's discrete MX450, though not by much. Here's the thing though, something AMD's newest iGPU can do is ray tracing. Of course, whether you'd want to actually use it may be another story, but with FSR turned on, it may do alright in some titles. Regardless, there's a really interesting tweet on the matter from reviewer Computerbase, who's been testing a 6900HS. In the tweet, he shows a benchmark for Port Royal, which is 3D Mark's ray tracing benchmark. And as you can see, the iGPU completely crushes Nvidia's mobile 3050. Yeah, that's a discrete 3050. According to Computerbase, it's because the 3050 only has 4GB of GDDR6, which definitely makes sense. That also means this scenario will only happen when a game needs more than 4GB of VRAM, which definitely won't be all the time. Either way, it's wild that AMD's 6900HS with its integrated GPU can beat a discrete 3050 in any scenario. And with that, if you aren't subscribed to Gamer Meld, what are you doing? There's a ton of releases happening this year, and if you're wanting to stay up to date on everything, Gamer Meld is that place. Just hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon to receive notifications. I've got some really exciting stuff coming up that you don't want to miss. Next up for today, there's one really interesting thing that I didn't cover at Intel's investor meeting. During an executive breakout session with Intel's senior VP of graphics, Raja Kaduri, he actually went over their future generations of ARC GPUs. For starters, he said this about Battlemage, which is their GPUs after Alchemist.
Over the next 2 years, with Battlemage as well as Meteor Lake, we will cover additional market segments, reaching all the way into enthusiast class of GPUs.
So Battlemage, which as you can see is set to release between 2023 and 2024, is expected to reach the high-end segment. As we've said for a while now, Intel's first jump into the GPU market, Alchemist, is set to be more along the lines of a 3070 or 3070 Ti. But Battlemage is clearly set to be high-end, likely a 3080 or 4080 by the time it comes out. But the biggest part is when he discusses Celestial, which is their third generation of ARC GPUs. During it, he says this.
Going beyond, we are already working on our Celestial architecture with the goal of performance leadership in every segment we participate in, from low-power mobile to high-performance workstations.
So there you have it. Intel's third-gen cards will begin competing with every GPU segment. PC Gamer even said that he mentions Ultra Enthusiast. We're talking 90 series of GPUs and above. As usual, price will be a big point for their first launch, and if all goes well, I very much look forward to Battlemage and Celestial. Next up, we have a pretty huge story from leaker Moore's Law is Dead. In a new video, he goes over Intel's next generation Raptor Lake CPUs. Remember that Raptor Lake is set to compete with AMD's Zen 4 and is expected this year. The thing is that AMD's Zen 4 is rumored to get a pretty big performance jump. Well, according to this, Intel is planning something big as well. In the video, Moore's Law is Dead claims that Raptor Lake gets between an 8 and 15% performance boost over Alder Lake in single-threaded workloads. And while that's not amazing, the big news here is in multi-core performance. According to this, Raptor Lake is expected to get between 30 and 40% more performance in multi-threaded workloads. Of course, that's mostly due to it including more cores, which Intel already confirmed, but that's still a huge number regardless. Now, we've heard that AMD is at least testing a higher core count in Ryzen 7000, and if that's true, they're definitely going to need it. With that said, we know Ryzen 7000 can get to at least 5 GHz across all cores, so it'll definitely include a big clock jump. But we're also hearing some nice numbers on IPC, which would be performance at the same clock. So AMD's next gen could have a bigger single core performance improvement. Either way, things are definitely heating up. Sadly, it may end up boiling down to availability instead of raw performance numbers. Then again, that may not be a huge concern with today's final story. In a new tweet from known leaker Greymon55, he states that, quote, "It looks like GPU prices are going to drop dramatically next month. I hope that's true." As with many of these leakers, Greymon55 isn't wanting to guarantee anything because things can change without any warning, but he does have a great track record on leaks. Either way, he's apparently heard that GPU prices are going to take a huge nosedive next month, which is really exciting. I mean, we've seen quite a few stories showing that prices are in fact falling, and they seem to be falling everywhere. Then we have Intel, who's planning to ship a whopping 4 million ARC GPUs this year. As for what would make it drop really fast in 1 month, it could be the result of increased production finally being up and running from AMD and Nvidia. Remember that it takes time to ramp up production with something as complex as graphics cards. That, or it may be the further drop of crypto that recently happened. It actually looked like it was going back up until it fell down a bit over the last few days. Whatever the cause, make sure you're on the lookout for GPUs next month. I'll actually have some affiliate links down in the description if you're interested. It helps the channel out and doesn't cost you anything more. At the end of the day, things may change. For example, XMG recently announced possible laptop delays from factory shutdowns in China due to the new COVID variant. Hopefully it's too late to affect next month's shipments of GPUs, so this at least gives me hope. So while that does it for today, what GPU will you buy if prices really do drop a ton next month? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you liked the video, please subscribe. And as always, have a great day.